friends, this is Anjali Krishnan, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, Don Bosco College, Kottayam. Welcome to my paper, Reading Prose for BA S4 students. Continuing with the essay of studies. Read not to contradict and confute, nor to believe and take for granted, nor to find talk and discourse, but to weigh and consider. That is, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. That is, some books are to be read only in parts, others to be read but not curiously, and some few to be read wholly and with diligence and attention. Not all books need to be read with same thoroughness. You can skip. You can have intensive reading. You can have extensive reading. You can scan, skip, etc. Only parts of some books are worth reading. So you can read it as parts. Read only in parts. Some others can be read through quickly. You can swallow it. But the really valuable books should be read carefully and with full attention, so that you chew it and gets digested. Some books may also be read by deputy and extracts made of them by others. But that would be only in the less important arguments and the meaner sort of books. Else, distilled books are like common distilled waters, flashy things. If the books do not deal with important subjects, if it is meaner sort of book, less important arguments, less important subjects, then we may read their summaries prepared by assistants, the deputies. Like distilled books are like distilled waters, flashy things, you can flash it off. Reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Quoting the 1st century Roman poet Ovid, Francis Bacon says that reading maketh a full man. Reading enriches a man's mind. He becomes complete. And conference, that is, discussions make him quick-witted, a ready man, ready for anything. And writing an exact man, the man who has a habit of noting down the points, make him exact and precise in his thought and expression, a ready man, an exact man. And therefore, if a man write little, he had need have a great memory. If he confer little, he had need have a present wit. And if he read little, he had need have much cunning to seem to know that he doth not. So thus it differs from a full man, ready man to an exact man in note making. Histories make men wise, poets witty, the mathematics subtle, natural philosophy deep, moral grave, logic and rhetoric able to content. These are different disciplines, and these different disciplines impact students in different ways. Like philosophy, mathematics, poetry, logics, rhetorics are of different disciplines. For example, history makes a man wise, gives you wisdom. On the other hand, poetry makes him imaginative, creative, witty, and philosophy makes him profound, deep, moral in outlook. Abute studia in modes. Studies do pass it into character. Nay, there is no impediment in the wit, but may be wrought out by fit studies, like as diseases of the body may have appropriate exercises. Bacon says that the studies can cure mental deficiencies, just as bodily exercise cures certain physical defects, certain diseases. So that sort of a reading would be to a person of mental deficiency. Bowling is good for the stone and reins, shooting for the lungs and breast, gentle walking for the stomach, riding for the head and the like. So if a man's wit be wandering, let him study the mathematics. For in demonstrations, if his wit be called away never so little, he must begin again. If his wit be not apt to distinguish or find differences, let him study the schoolmen, for they are simni cetors. If he be not apt to beat our matters, and to call up one thing to prove and illustrate another, let him study the lawyer's cases. So every defect of the mind may have a special receipt. Thus the disciplines we choose for study will influence our character. Just as bodily diseases can be cured by exercises, mental faculties can be improved by studies of different disciplines. In a like manner, mathematics is good for a man who is not able to concentrate his attention on the subject matter, because if his mind is away even a little, he must go through it again to solve the problem. And again, if a person isn't capable of making distinction between two objects, then he should study the philosophic writing of the Middle Ages, who were very keen in hair-splitting logical arguments. Thus, it is proved that mathematics strengthens the powers of concentration. Medieval philosophy sharpens a person's discrimination. And legal knowledge enables a man to examine a case carefully and find suitable past examples. Thus, every defect of man has a solution.